Hey, welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. No captions, no hashtags, no trending sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. I urge you to trust your intuition. If you're not feeling the vibe, just scroll. I might have another message for you. I have a bunch. So like, follow, feel free to go to my page. By saying that means you allow me in your energy to catch a vibe. I don't stay long. And you'll know if this is for you. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to stay if you'd like. I am pretty funny sometimes. Anyway, so this is for those of you who recognize that you are or have that divine feminine in you, and you have actively worked on it to a point where you are very comfortable in that divine feminine energy. But now you're like, what the fuck? I did the divine feminine thing. What is all this masculine? What? So we've got Answers Unfold, Coexistence, and Divine Feminine. So all three of those together, and I'm going to hold them up so you can see them because I keep forgetting that I don't do this often enough. But we've got Answers Unfold. This is being comfortable where you are and learning what you can where you are. Just, well, this is where I am. What can I learn here? Coexistence is maintaining that balance with that balance between passion and then, God, you have two cards of passion underneath that. Ooh, and then we've got people pleasing underneath that. So there is a masculine energy. I feel like this is for, I don't want to say the new divine feminines, but it's like you've just recently gotten control of that flame, that feminine fire, that passion that's in you where you're like, I could fucking burn it all to the ground, but that wouldn't really help anything right now. So we'll keep the embers going, but we're gonna keep it banked, keeping the fire banked. We've got rising flames, and then we've got passion, igniting a relationship, and then facade, which is putting on a front, people pleaser, hidden motives, and weird behavior. So it's like this, you have that passion, you have control on that passion, right? But things keep coming up that keep begging you. It's like it's asking for you to unleash it, and you're like, I just got this. I was just supposed to get this under control, and now I do. So it makes me hesitant, not scared. It makes me hesitant to unleash it. Good. Very good. There is a fire here that you are needing to be maintained, but this is the more masculine fire within you, the masculine energy within you that you have now got to puzzle out. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here with the King of Cups underneath it. The King of Cups underneath it. So this is more like your Emperor energy, but this is not to be performative for anybody. This is not to show people, I'll show you what a masculine looks like, even though I'm a feminine. It's not that. It's not imbalance. It is balance. Balance, balance, balance. So the Seven of Pentacles is telling you to save your change for a rainy day, make plans for what you are going to do later. And then underneath the Art Nouveau Egyptian Tarot, we have the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands isn't planning. The Two of Wands is figuring out what the fuck you actually want. So what is it? And you might need to go through childhood, and this is going to be a little bit of a lonely journey because we've got the Hermit here followed by the Emperor. It is your Emperor journey. We already have the two Kings, okay? You need to figure out what it is you want. Go through, and this is going to take a little bit of work, a little bit of effort put forth for a rainy day. Your dreams. You need to start looking into your dreams. Your dreams are clues for what you want, what you don't want, but with what I just had to do with this deck, I had so many cards that were flipped back and forth, upside down. It was all messed up, and it all happened while I was shuffling because I took my eyes off of what I was doing. A little bit of an example there. Pay attention to your dreams. It is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it to write them down. If you can't puzzle them out that morning and you don't get that feeling, oh, that's definitely what this is. And even if you do, sometimes it's very, very worthwhile to go back and look at those dreams later because you can learn a lesson that you weren't quite ready for in that time. But be serious with it, okay? And usually when I get the fun police, this is a card of beware. Make sure you're not looking too much into things. So I want to keep saying on that ego. That ego. If you don't get it right now, that's okay. Don't search for meanings to make things fit just so you can go off like a fucking rocket. You need to learn to control your masculine energy, that masculine passion that wants to pursue and chase and run. You need to control that. You need to find balance, okay? If that sounds familiar, I know it was a long-winded intro, 5 minutes of it. If that sounds familiar, this might be for you. I had the Ali Man's Tarot. We're going to see what it is you need to know. So we had Father Sleep come out almost immediately with the Nine of Cups. So this isn't, I want to say this isn't necessarily time for you to just change or chase after whatever the fuck you want. This is not time to necessarily pursue those emotional attachments and those things that make you feel good. Endings in particular. I think this is called the Empty. This is a blank canvas that you can turn and shape and twist and form and make any way that you'd like. Okay, take a pause, take a breather, and think what you want to create before you start carving into this. So, don't be afraid to take time to pause. In the returning, coming back from the pause, you see something in a new light. I saw the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck when I was coming back, and I was just talking about the empty and how this is a time for you to not just fucking run off with the little tools and start creating. This is time for you to figure out what the fuck you want to create first before you take fucking rasp to this, right? Before you start forming this, so that you don't have to backtrack. And so you don't have to run with anything as a facade when it's not the truth. That causes a lot of cracks and problems too. It can rot from the inside, really, if you think about it. But this high priestess is truths, weird truths that you kind of learn to come to grasp. It's basically seeing how you fit in the systems in your life, getting a larger overview of the little choices that you would make before that would be like my feelings, my intuition, my heart. And then you look at it from a larger perspective and you can really see how things have affected you in your journey through time or whatever. So again, you're here to learn. You are the High Priestess, but the High Priestess is not done learning ever. There's always something new, always another level to go to. Now, I got to cover this one up because she got titties out. This is the Ten of Cups, but with the Knight of Cups here. So there is a little bit of joy and fun and partying to be had, but make sure you don't stick in it. This Knight of Cups is... Now, the Knight of Cups can be a messenger. So watch out for people that teach you lessons and can teach you how to have a good time and teach you ways to loosen up that you haven't previously thought of. But don't cling too tightly to this person. Okay, this person is like this fucking soap bar. You squeeze too tight, it's fucking gone. So just enjoy it while it's there. And I think the fact that came out in the way I said it on top of the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups on top of that, it's if you can understand the fun here, if you can really immerse yourself in the learning and seeing through the situation, because the Knights can be masculine cards where pages are more feminine, young energy cards. So it's like learning in steps, learning from the Knight and how to incorporate that Knight of Cups on your King of Cups journey. So we got the Five of Cups here, learning how to incorporate it when you lose, and seeing... I hate to say the joy and loss, because, I mean, when you're in the loss, there's nothing in it that feels like joy. But, fucking, we got hope across all of it. You might not be able to see... I don't want to say the ending. You might not be able to see the culmination of some of your joys and wishes up front and in person like you like, but the appreciation of that joy is still the same, and it can give you that hope. I recently heard today that sometimes a divine counterpart journey can be there to teach us that every single kind of love is important when you are already attached to that divine, you have that divine connection. There are so many other types of love that are meaningful and important and just as effective as romantic love. So while you are where you are, just fucking learn so you don't have to come back. 757 on the timer. The Tower, the Undead, the 5, and Tikpatakutli in reverse. This doesn't seem happy. It's not. Sorry, confirmation burp. This is not happy. This is classic Tower. Tower complete. Breakdown and falling down of something. Now, with this in reverse, I want to say, with all of this, your divine feminine active, but your masculine still weak, possibly wounded. This has a chance to throw this King of Swords into reverse, where he's willing to cut everything. Your masculine energy has you willing to cut every single thing off in order to protect your divine feminine that you have recently enthroned. You know what I mean? Willing to fling sword and dagger in every direction at any slightest sound. It's operating out of fear and wounding. You need to drop that, and it's going to be fucking hard. There's conflict here. It's going to be very, very scary for your masculine to stop protecting your feminine the way that it has been doing so effectively for so long. But I think one thing that your masculine has to understand, which is why you are being called to just sit on your fucking ass and figure out what it is that you want while you tend that fire and just leave it smoldering, is so that you can see. So that you can see how your feminine can protect herself. Okay. I'm going to go through it one more time and see if there's anything else you need to know. And 2-4 on the timer. This is not going to be pretty, and I think even in saying that, your feminine might get hurt a little bit. Now, this is not the chance for you to run off at the fucking heels because the feminine got hurt. This is not the chance to run off. I knew if I fucking let myself be fucking vulnerable out there, I'd get fucking hurt and it would be fucking gruesome. You were right, yeah. But what you're not banking on is that this divine feminine is stronger than that. Trust the divine feminine. You cannot let the masculine run off at the heels. This black moon in reverse Upright, it's run, rabbit, run. In reverse, do you see how these rabbits, they're both fucking rabbits and they're both facing each other. 10:01 on the timer. A new cycle has to emerge where you begin to trust yourself. You trust yourself to handle certain situations and not just let certain things pop the fuck off. This is control and balance. Okay? Your feminine can protect herself just as much as a masculine can. You just need to figure out how. And if you don't put yourself in those situations and tell your masculine to sit down, shut the fuck up, and trust you, you are going to be in for a lot more of the same type. Okay? You've really got to get in there and trust yourself and figure things out. You have got to untangle things. Okay? I hope this helped. Love you.